Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Civilization Reborn. I am you may have noticed my name change. That's because when if I kind of I wasn't really like I didn't feel really good about it or like about my current name. It's kind of like if someone asks, or if like somehow in conversation it's brought up that oh yeah, I do YouTube, and it's like, oh cool, what's your channel name? And I say, um, Sir Bathrobington, they're gonna give me a strange look. So that's why I changed it to Mr. Robe Map. It's not like it's any better, I don't think, but oh well, I'll just see how I feel about it. I might change it back, I might not. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But yeah. Anyways, in between this video and the last video, I added a religion layer. Yeah, ooh, religion. Ooh. But yeah, this is because religion kind of that has is kind of like the reason for most of history happening. Like it's a pretty big part of humanity. Like a lot of history, when you look down to it, is kind of due to religion. Like a lot of religion has caused like a lot of wars and stuff. But yeah, so I added a religion map. As you can see, uh, this blue one is the first religion. It's right about where these New Yorkers are. But yeah, and then this purple one is a part of, or is from this country, and it's now all in all like these countries because like they were, if you didn't watch last episode, watch it. Uh, but yeah, these were originally part of this country, and the reason why like a little bit of this New York country is purple is because they just invaded it like not too long ago, so they're still not like part of New York culture. But yeah, uh, over here we have this orange one, which stems from this country up here, which used to control a lot of this. And the reason why these purple guys are also part of the orange religion is because they were also part of these guys, and then they just went down this way. These guys, they have like a religion similar to this, but it's not its exact religion. It's kind of like Christianity and Catholicism. Like they practically believe a bunch of the same stuff, just like differently. So yeah, that's basically it. Then down here, or actually no, and then same with like this light blue religion. It's an offshoot of this main New Yorker one, and yeah, that's why it's down all the way here. It also goes down to the Caribbean, like in these Caribbean countries, because these blue guys used to own the Caribbean. The reason why there's this little like blue bit over here is because of that. And if you don't remember, way back in like this third episode, I think these guys broke away from these guys, but they kept the religion, so it's just over here now. But yeah, then over down here we have this green religion from these guys. These guys also have it because these guys, or because those were originally here. But yeah, and then down over here is another offshoot of another major religion, this one. But it's now like I think it's like one of the biggest religions because it like has a lot of people. It goes like from like Oklahoma down to like Peru, which is pretty big. But yeah, and then this religion over here is part of like the California, these guys, and then also these guys. These guys share a religion because when they were breaking away from these guys, we were like, oh, we should create a new religion to distance ourselves from these guys, and they just like decided on a religion, I guess. But yeah, it once again it's an offshoot of this religion, which is an offshoot of this religion. So this one is kind of similar to this one over here, but then again, not really. It kind of has like a few of the core values, but it's basically its own religion. And then down here, is a religion that was created from these green guys and these blue guys. Because like they have two like both exploration parties from the blue guys and these green guys are here settled this area, so that's why they created a new religion. They just kind of like merged religions, kind of. Then down here is an offshoot of this blue one. It, if you remember from like last episode, these guys settled down here, and they created their new religion. And then up here in the plains region are these like tribal religions. Yeah, each of these have their own religions, like completely different from the rest. And then over here uh is this like Washington, like this Pacific Northwestern like religion from these guys. Since a few episodes ago, I think like two, a bunch of people from here moved out here because they didn't want to be nomads anymore. So they basically just made a whole new religion out of their old religions. So yeah, we we have quite a few religions. But yeah, anyway, let's get on with the rest of the video. Yeah, let's start off down here in South Africa. Not South Africa, South America. I don't know why I said South Africa. South Africa hasn't even like been discovered yet. It's all the way over there. But yeah, let's start off in South America. These green guys, they're gonna do some exploring down the coast of South America, or like where Brazil is now. They're gonna go over here a little bit. They're also gonna go a bit inland, but not too far inland, because Amazon rainforest, it's really dense jungle over here. But yeah, they're gonna explore down the Brazilian coastline and basically like discover like the Horn of South America. And along with this, they're also going to expand, because why not? That's what most countries do. When they find a whole lot of new land, they expand. So yeah, they go there and then stop to like make towns and stuff, like build up the infrastructure so like people can live up here or live over here. And then these guys are all going to send these like countries are all going to send out like exploration parties throughout throughout there. They're going to explore deeper into South America, but stop around here because once again, dense jungle. And then over here, these guys are going to explore the coast of like Peru and stuff. But yeah, and then they get they go like all the way down to like Chile and stuff. Yeah, they you could say they're getting chilly in Chile. But yeah, they go to all the way down there. These guys are like, oh, I guess time for expansion, I guess. And they kind of like do that down the coast. They don't want to like go too far because they remember or they're learning a lesson from these guys to not expand so far downwards that your population becomes unstable and then you collapse. So they just go down like some of the coast of Peru, not all the way down. Then these orange Colombian guys, they're gonna actually drop a peace deal or like a deal with these Venezuelan guys. They're gonna just like say what land they get, cause like they're right next to each other. So yeah, they're just gonna they get that, and then Venezuela gets like all of that. So yeah, that's like kind of like the treaty-ish. They just work out who gets the land. These guys over here, they're kind of small. They don't want to be small anymore because small countries are weak countries. So they're gonna expand over here to these Brazilian dudes. The Brazilian dudes are kind of okay with this because like there's all that. They don't really need that land because there's an entire like continent down here. So they're just like, okay, you can have that, I guess, and they're unbothered by it. But then these beige guys over here are kind of getting scared about like being cut off and not being able to expand. So yeah, they just do that. And yeah, that's basically it for South America, I think. Okay, yeah. Next up, let's take a look at these Californian guys. So they are, I think, the most like accurate depiction I can have for these guys, like to compare to like a civilization in our world. I wouldn't say they're Rome, uh, but I'd say because like we're not even close to like Roman ages. We're still like Egypt ages, I guess. So I guess we could just say like these guys are like modern day Egypt. And they either Egypt or like the Assyrians or like all those guys. 'Cause yeah. I think like a common like I think civilization usually does a bit better in like deserty areas. You can like look at our history for this. Like Egypt and Rome did like a lot better than like Germany or England. Like, cause like at the when like while the Egyptians were like doing their stuff, like building pyramids and shit, like there's not much. There weren't like steady settle like civilizations in like Northern Europe. Mainly, and I think this is because like uh the desert like forces you to have a stability. Like if the people don't like cooperate, not you're not gonna survive. Cause like if you don't like cooperate in a desert, you're gonna not live. And another major thing that contributed to this was not only was it a desert, so everyone had to cooperate, but there was plenty of like arable land, so you can farm and you are forced to work together. And I'm pretty sure that's going on over here. Like we have most California and like this region is a lot of desert, and the arable lands are kind of like up here and also like over here ish. But yeah, that's kind of what's like keeping California together, or like this not California, but this Californian area. So yeah, I think that's why they're doing a lot or kind of better. But anyway, they're gonna expand a bit, or not. Well, they are gonna expand, but they're also gonna explore a bit into the Rockies and up north, and they eventually find out about these Pacific Northwest or like these Oregon or like Washingtonians. I'm just gonna call them the PNW guys because like they're in the PNW. Or if you're not American, don't know what that stands for. It's Pacific Northwest. But yeah, they're gonna like discover these guys. They're like, oh, cool. And the reason why they didn't like already know about this is because uh, let's just undo this for a second. Yeah, they didn't explore this. It was like, oh, why? They could have just gone. Oh, problem with that, you have to go that way, and to go that way, you have to get past these guys. These guys aren't too friendly with outsiders, so yeah, they couldn't really do anything. But yeah, so now they know they exist, and they're like, oh, sup, bro? We're gonna do this a little, and these guys are like, oh, okay. We're gonna do this a little, and they're like, oh, okay. And they basically just chill, like a little bit. But yeah, the California guys, they send team or like exploration guys, and they discover like all the bits of the Rockies. And with that information, they're gonna expand a lot. Like, oh yeah, they're gonna expand so much. Like, look at that. Oh, even though this is like mostly desert, uh, like all this, that's like desert. That's Nevada. That's useless wasteland. But they still take it because why not? It's good. It's always good to have land. Also, it's perfect defense barrier. It's gonna be pretty freaking hard to have to have these guys go through the desert. So it's good. But yeah, they expand as they're expanding. These guys are kind of like, we want to expand too. So they do that. But these guys are like, wait, no, go away. We don't want you to expand. Bugger off. And these guys are like, hey, 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 I thought we were friends. And these guys are like, nah. And that eventually leads to the Californian guys declaring war on these guys. But yeah, So yeah, let's take a little look-see on how that turns out. So yeah, I say so yeah a lot, don't I? So yeah, so yeah, so yeah. But yeah. Californian troops march into these Mexican dude territory. They go up here and take all that, and yeah, they go down here and threaten the capital. But these Mexican guys are able to hold them off. But they aren't. But they do capture this city, and they continue doing that. Uh, yeah. And then these green guys over here are like, oh, opportunity for expansion. So they also join the war against them, and they start invading shit. And these guys are like, oh yeah, whoa, what the fuck? No, 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 please no. But these guys just laugh, and then these guys just go over here and take a big city. Also invade up here and take this city. And then these guys, yeah, you're not gonna believe it, but yeah, these guys they joined the war because they want some land. Because they're not really in, or they're not really capable of invading any other people. I mean, like they could invade these guys, but they're chill with these guys since they helped overthrow these guys. But yeah, this Southern Mexican dudes, they're gonna join in on the on the gangbang, I guess. And they take this city, they go up the coast, they take that city, and yeah, they then go up, take that, and these guys are like, oh, we have to take more land before anyone else starts taking more land from us. So they rush over here and like kind of attempt to block these guys off from more land, which kind of works, but not really, since these guys just then try to block them. And these guys then race for their capital, like the Californians are doing. But the Californians, they don't want anyone taking their stuff, so they quickly encircle their capital and then move in on it. All the while taking a lot more land. They meet up with these guys, and then they go over here meet up with these guys, and then yeah, these guys then take that, and then the capital is taken. And now we shall see the peace treaty. And this is our peace treaty. Yeah. The orange Mexican country is no more. It was divided up between the Californian dudes and the two Mexican countries. Yeah. So yeah, one more country's gone, and just after a whole bunch of new countries were just added. But yeah, that's not going to be all for today's video. Oh no, we have a lot more planned, including uh, some Mongols, but not in Mongolia. But yeah, so these guys, actually no, let's go with these guys. These guys elect a new leader, and this leader decides, hey, if we want to, everyone else thinks we're weak. We gotta show that we're strong. We gotta show that we cannot, that we are a force to be reckoned with. We gotta show that we will do whatever it takes to protect ourselves. And that also means we gotta establish a formal society. We can't just be nomads anymore. The world is changing. There's no room for nomads in this world. So he's quite effective of rallying the troops and all of his people to go out and do a little conquering. Yeah, just a little. So his first task, to invade these guys. Yeah, they're just gonna go away now, and they're like, hey, that was pretty easy. Let's go farther south and take our neighbor. And everyone's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So they do that. They start an invasion southwards into their neighbor. But what they don't know is their neighbor's quite freaking strong. But this was a surprise attack, so it doesn't really matter yet. But yeah, their neighbor is strong, so they push back or out of their lands. Or well, not they don't really know where their lands are because nomad and stuff. But still, not only do they push back, but they hold on. They uh, shit. Uh-oh. Um, hold on. They push inwards up to into these guys' borders. And these guys are kind of shocked. They're like, huh, how could they? But then their leader pulls off a striking move of going around them. Yeah, they just go around them. And then they invade. They're like, oh, how could they do this? And so they just push them out of their country. Yeah. But yeah. And then they start pushing inwards and then go bam, bam, bam. And these guys are like, whoa, 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 uncool, man, uncool. But these guys are like, ha 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 ha, eat my dust. We're gonna invade you, and we're gonna kill you and stuff. Yeah, they do all that, and then they go bam, bam, and then these guys, these purple guys, they're like, hey, this looks pretty cool. We're gonna join in. And these guys are like, huh? So yeah, they join in. They start taking land because they see an opportunity to take land, but they don't directly get involved with these guys. They just start taking a little bit of land. Yeah, they just take a little bit of land. And these guys are like, oh, okay, fine. But then they race around them to block them off, and these guys are like, oh man. But yeah, these guys eventually just take them out, and the peace treaty is, since there wasn't really any provinces, we're just gonna like kind of do that, because like there's not really provinces, because these guys didn't really have an organized government until now. They didn't plan on like making provinces until they like united the nations or whatever. But yeah, so they do that, and that's kind of the war. It looks kind of funky with all these like straight lines, but whatever. But yeah, they hold on. They end up establishing a capital like say like right there. Actually, no. Let's go like right here. That's kind of where like Colorado is IRL, so that makes the most sense. But yeah, their capital is right there, and they start setting up some cities like over here, over here, over here, over there, and there, and there, and let's say there. Yeah. So yeah, they do that, and now they are a force to be reckoned with, or they show that they're a force to be reckoned with. And then they do this move that kind of pisses off California. They go down that way, and then up, and then up this way a little bit, and and they kind of just like cut a bunch of people off from expanding. But they don't. Their neighbors don't really do anything because they don't really want to go into war right now. And these guys are like, huh, hoo ha, we're strong, haha. And these guys are like, oh damn. And then, so yeah, they do that. And then, do I have enough time for this? It's 23 minutes. 20, I guess. Okay. So, one of my subscribers, I forgot his name, said, "Hey, you should do this like little thing where they, they just sail a little bit, like they do a little sailing." And it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. But I think his name's DZ Map. DZ Map, you're freaking amazing. Uh, Comment if you got to this part. But yeah, shout out to DZ Map. He's a cool man. But yeah, he suggests like this little like sea exploration thing. Uh, where they like kind of like sail over to here. But I'm gonna take that idea. However, I'm gonna expand upon it. Instead of going that way to Europe, well, you're just gonna have to see. So these guys, they get the idea that they wanna like sail. They wanna go out and be Moana or whatever. They don't know who Moana is. They just like get that idea. Um, and like over here, this is a lot of mountainy area. Like it's very mountainy up here. So they decide that the best thing to do is to water or to go by water and explore. So they do that. They go up the coast of British Columbia and into Alaska and into the Alaskan waters. They discover all these cool islands. Here, let's color this in to like roughly show where they have discovered. But yeah, they discover all these cool islands and stuff. And they continue going up the coast of Alaska all the way up this way. They're like, oh, ooh, wow. Because, like, oh, silly me, I used the wrong coloring tool. But yeah, they're like, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, wow, so beautiful. This is such majestic waters. They're like, oh, cool, so cool. But it's also really fucking cold. Uh, yeah, it's kind of cold up here in Alaska. And it's kind of like the winter. This is taking place over like maybe like 3 decades of and stuff. But yeah, they go up this way, and when they reach up here, it's kind of cold and stuff because it's Alaska. It's always going to be cold in Alaska. But yeah, they start sailing down this way toward the Aleutians. And this at this point, they kind of like split up. They say like one half you go this way because they think there's islands down that way, and the other half will continue up the coast. And they're like, okay, cool. So they do that. This one group goes down like the Aleutians, like they keep just like sailing over this way and discover the Aleutian Islands, which are these guys. Yeah, if you didn't know what they're called the Aleutians. If there's any Alaskan people, correct my pronunciation if you deem it fit, but uh I think it's correct pronunciation. But yeah, these guys they continue sailing up this way up the Alaskan coast. This takes like another like 20 years, or actually no, like 10 years, or no, 5 years. But yeah, they continue sailing up this way, and by the time they get up here, they're like, oh shit, it's really freaking cold. But yeah, actually no, it's like midsummer by the time they get up here. They continue sailing this way, before they run into the Arctic Circle, and it's just a bunch of fucking ice. So they go back down this way. They're like, okay, I guess there's just ice over here. But now, when they get to here, December hits, and it gets really fucking cold. So they kind of have to oopsie. They kind of like set up camp up here and stuff. Ah, I didn't want to do that. Hold on. Let's just color all this in. Well, not color, but just white it out. But yeah, they when they get here, they kind of like stay there a bit. Actually no, they stay here a bit, and then they notice there's this little island across the water. I'm not sure how close this is to the mainland. This is like the Diomede Islands. I'm not sure how close they are to the mainland, but I think you can look at them if you're here. I'm not sure, but maybe let's just say it's a really clear day and they can see them. And then they say, "Oh, they're like, oh, this ice, it's quite solid. I wonder if we can probably walk across there, right?" So they do. They walk across there. They get to that island. They're like, "Oh, cool. Oh, there's another island over there. Let's go there." And so they do. And well, just like our ancestors before us, all the way back thousands, hundreds of thousands of years ago, they go the way we went into, but backwards across the Bering Strait and into a new continent that is Asia. Yeah, I just did that. They discover Asia. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In this episode too. It's already half an hour long, but that's how you know it's a treat. But yeah, they discover Asia just like they uh did what we did. So like if you don't know your history, like 100,000 years ago, this little area over here was all land, and it was called the Bering Land Bridge, and it's theorized that's how humans got into the North American continent. But yeah, and so let's just say that it's not like land. They just did that. So they basically reverse did what our ancestors did 100,000 years ago, and they went this way into the Asian continent instead of Asian continent going into an American continent. But yeah, they did that. They discovered Asia, and we'll see more about that in the next episode. Because this episode, you don't want to know how long it is? Well, you know how long it is. It's quite fucking long. It is, uh, and a half minutes roughly. Yeah, that's kind of long. So yeah, that's probably gonna be it for today's video. This is probably the longest one of these videos I've made. But that's cool. That's chill. But yeah. Yeah. Thank you for watching. If you made it this long, yeah, if you made it this far in the video, Jesus Christ, dear, thank you. I like that. Thank you very much. For sitting half half an hour of my through my fucking ramblings and such. But yeah. Thank you, for watching. If you made it this far, and if you did made it this far and you're not liked or subscribed, please do that. Please like and subscribe if you made it this far. I'd greatly appreciate it a lot. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, thank you. And well, I'll just see you in the next episode. Goodbye.